Brothers, welcome back. If you're watching this, it means you're a man who's tired of confusion, tired of emotional burnout, and ready to see life through clearer eyes. Before we dive into today's message, make sure you subscribe to the Stoic Men Tribe. Like this video, comment, share it with someone who needs it, and turn on notifications so you never miss a message. Men, there's a brutal truth about relationships that almost no one dares to say out loud. People, men and women, respond to strength, not words. To presence, not promises. To boundaries, not begging. But here's what hits men the hardest. A woman will not love you for your suffering. She will not stay because you sacrifice yourself. She will not respect you because you gave her everything. That's not female nature. That's human nature. People cherish what is rare. People value what is stable. People respect what respects itself. And the moment a man forgets this, he loses himself. And once a man loses himself, everything around him starts slipping away. Brothers, you cannot control how someone feels about you. You can only control the man you decide to become. What women won't tell you, but every man must know. Brothers, there are parts of female psychology that society hides from men, not to protect women, but to keep men blind, compliant, confused, and emotionally dependent. Today, we speak the truth. Women rarely say this, but they naturally test men, not out of cruelty, but out of instinct. They test your boundaries, your confidence, your purpose, your emotional strength. Why? Because deep down, every woman wants to feel safe with a man who cannot be shaken by her moods, her words, or her reactions. But here is the part no one tells you. A woman will admire your strength, but she will take advantage of your weakness if you allow it. Not because she is evil, but because human nature gravitates toward the path of least resistance. If you bend too easily, she'll push further. If you give up your standards, she'll keep taking. If you tolerate disrespect, she'll lose respect for you. This is the truth. A woman does not stay loyal to a man who loses himself. A woman does not trust a man who cannot lead himself. A woman does not value a man who places her above his own identity. Brothers, this is not an attack. This is clarity. Women respond to the man who stands firm, not the man who falls apart for love. They respect the man who holds his line, not the man who erases it. They desire the man who knows who he is, not the man who shapes himself to please them. Emotional tone. Men suffer because they expect women to think like men. But female nature is different, more emotional, more instinctive, more reactive to strength and certainty. If you don't understand that, you will misunderstand everything. Remember this, brothers. A woman will never say these truths out loud, but she will show them with her actions every day. Your job is not to blame her. Your job is to see clearly, to stay centered, and to never let your value be controlled by anyone. Because once a man understands female nature, he stops being manipulated by it and starts being respected within it. If you want, I can continue with Chapter 4 and make it even deeper, more masculine, and more emotionally powerful, while still keeping it safe and respectful for you. Respect starts with you. Brothers, there comes a point in every man's life where he realizes something painful, something undeniable. Respect is not given to the man who tries the hardest. It is given to the man who respects himself first. Most men were taught the opposite. They were told to be nice, to overgive, to overextend, to prove their worth through effort. And then they wonder why they feel unseen, unheard, and unappreciated. Here is the truth. A woman cannot respect a man who abandons himself. A woman cannot feel safe with a man who has no direction. A woman cannot admire a man who seeks permission to exist, not because she is cruel, but because she is human. Because we all, men and women, are drawn to stability, certainty, strength, and self-command. A man who stands firm in who he is. A man who knows what he will accept and what he will not. A man who moves with purpose rather than desperation is a man the world naturally gravitates toward. Brothers, let this sink in deeply. You don't earn respect by chasing it. You earn it by becoming a man who doesn't need it to validate him. You don't get love by sacrificing your identity. You get love by embodying your identity fully. You don't gain trust by pleasing others. You gain trust by being unshakable within yourself. When a man walks this path, when he speaks with clarity, acts with discipline, and stands with calm strength, everything around him shifts. Conversations change. Behavior changes. Relationships change. Women respond differently. Life responds differently. Because a man who respects himself teaches everyone else how to treat him. Her actions speak louder than her words. Brothers, there is a truth most men refuse to accept because it hurts the ego. But once you understand it, you become untouchable. A woman's words are poetry. Her actions are the truth. Many men get trapped in the sweetness of what she says and forget to pay attention to what she does. But women communicate through behavior more than promises. Here is what most men don't see. A woman may tell you she loves you, but her actions will show whether she respects you. She may say she supports you, but her actions will show whether she believes in you. She may say she'll stay forever, but her actions will show whether she can handle the man you are becoming. Actions never lie. Words often do. And here's the part men need to face. If you allow her to mistreat you, she will. If you tolerate disrespect, it will continue. If you ignore the red flags, she will learn she can do even more. Not because she's bad, but because people push where there is no resistance. A woman does not respect a man who allows himself to be walked over. She respects a man who stands firm when something crosses his line. Brothers, understand this. Women will always test the structure of a man to see if it is strong enough to hold them. If your structure collapses, she loses trust. If your structure holds, she relaxes into her feminine energy. A strong woman does not want to lead the relationship. She wants to feel safe inside one. But she can only feel safe if the man is grounded, disciplined, and not afraid to say no. Men destroy themselves when they listen to excuses instead of watching patterns. A woman who truly values you will show it through respect, effort, loyalty, softness, consistency. A woman who doesn't will show that too. Brothers, hear this clearly. Stop listening to what she says. Start watching what she does. Her behavior reveals everything. The moment you learn to judge actions over emotions, you stop being confused. You stop being manipulated. And you rise into a man who sees the world as it truly is, not as he wishes it to be. This is how you protect your peace. This is how you protect your heart. This is how you elevate as a man. A man must master his emotions, or he will be controlled by hers. Brothers, if there is one lesson that separates weak men from strong men, broken men from unshakable men, lost men from respected men, it is this: a man who cannot control his emotions will always be controlled by someone else's. Most men fall not because they lack strength, but because they allow their emotional world to be dictated by a woman's moods, reactions, silence, affection, or withdrawal. And here's the truth society hides. A woman's emotions are waves. A man's emotions must be the ocean. Waves move, crash, rise, fall. The ocean remains. When a man reacts to every emotional wave she expresses, he loses his center. He becomes unstable. He becomes unpredictable. He becomes a version of himself he no longer recognizes. And once a man loses emotional control, he loses respect from her and from himself. Brothers, hear this deeply. A woman does not want a man who gets pulled into her storms. She wants a man who can guide her out of them. Not by force, not by dominance, but by presence. Your calmness is leadership. Your steadiness is strength. Your silence is clarity. Your composure is masculine power. When a woman becomes emotional, she does not test your intelligence. She tests your stability. She is asking silently, "Can you handle my world without losing yours?" And if the answer is yes, her respect grows. Her trust deepens. Her feminine energy softens. But if the answer is no, her instincts will see weakness, and she will pull away emotionally, even if she doesn't want to. This is not cruelty. It is nature. Women feel through emotions. Men must lead through direction. The moment a man becomes emotionally chaotic, the relationship becomes unstable. Men must learn. If she's angry, stay grounded. If she's emotional, remain calm. If she withdraws, be patient, not needy. If she tests you, hold your line. If she pushes your boundaries, reinforce them. Not to control her, but to control yourself. Because here is the brutal truth. The strongest man is not the one who controls others, but the one who controls himself first. And women, whether they admit it or not, are drawn to men who rise above emotional chaos. A man who maintains calm during her storms becomes the man she respects, the man she trusts, the man she cannot replace. But a man who breaks every time feelings rise becomes the man she loses faith in. Brothers, your emotions are your responsibility, not hers. Your stability is your power, not her job. Your discipline is your value, not her obligation. Every great man learns this. A man's emotions must serve his mission, not sabotage it. A man's heart must feel deeply, but act wisely. A man's mind must stay clear, even when the world around him is not. Because when you master your emotions, you master relationships, you master your purpose, you master your life. This is the essence of masculine strength. This is the foundation of unshakable men. This is the truth society hides, but one every man must learn to rise above the noise. Jewish brothers, the world needs stronger men. Brothers, if you've made it this far, then you are not just a listener. You are a man who is ready to evolve. You are a man who refuses to live blind. A man who refuses to keep repeating the same painful lessons. A man who is ready to step out of confusion and step into clarity, strength, and purpose. And now, here is the truth you must carry with you. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to fix you. No one is coming to hand you the respect you deserve. You must build it. You must claim it. You must become the man your life has been demanding you to be. For too long, men have been taught to give their all, break themselves apart, silence their needs, and sacrifice their identity for love, for approval, for peace. But today, that ends. Today, you rise. Because the strongest version of you is not the one who chases love, not the one who bends for validation, not the one who fears losing anyone. The strongest version of you is the man who knows who he is without permission, walks with purpose that cannot be shaken, sets boundaries without fear, controls his emotions with discipline, refuses to abandon himself for anyone. This is your rebirth. From now on, your value comes from within. Your direction comes from within. Your strength comes from within. Not from a woman, not from society, not from approval, not from love that disappears when you fall. Brothers, you are the foundation. You are the structure. You are the force that holds your life together. And when you stand strong, everything around you gains clarity. Women respond differently. People treat you differently. Opportunities appear. Your presence becomes respected. Your words carry weight, and your silence becomes powerful. Because a man who is rooted in himself cannot be controlled, cannot be manipulated, cannot be broken. This world does not need weaker men. It does not need softer men. It does not need men who abandon themselves for acceptance. The world needs men who stand firm, men who move with intention, men who do not fear truth, men who lead themselves first so they can lead their lives. Brothers, this is your path now. Walk it with discipline. Walk it with courage. Walk it with the strength you have always had inside you. Walk it as the man you were born to become. And if this message moved you, strengthened you, woke something up inside you, subscribe to the Stoic Men tribe. Like this video. Comment your thoughts. Share it with a brother who needs it. And turn on notifications so you never miss the guidance, truth, and strength you deserve. Your journey has just begun. Stay sharp, stay grounded, stay unshakable. Rise, brothers. The world needs you now more than ever. Comment below. What part of today's affirmation, what you think you become, resonated with you most deeply? Why do you think it struck a chord? Your insight might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And if you're serious about changing the way you think and showing up as your highest self every single day, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss your daily mental reset.